Dear students, again welcome in English literature class. Before starting the play, Act 1, Scene 1, you must read all the characters in the play. The characters of Antonio, Bassanio, Portia, Shylock, Nerissa, Graciano, Jessica, Lorenzo, etc. These are the main characters who played very important roles in this play. Antonio is one of them. The merchant of Venice who is very wealthy. He is a wealthy merchant who owns a number of ships carrying merchandise to the four corners of the world. He is a very rich and renowned businessman. He had so many ships carrying merchandise to the four corners of the world. He is an honorable man. His kindness and generosity endear him to all, and he spends most generously on his friends. Throughout the play, Antonio is in melancholy. He is in melancholic mood, for which he has no reason to tell. You just studied that he is very sad on the stage. Imagine that the play is being played on the stage, and Antonio is standing over there in sad mood. His friends Salerno and Celerio are near him, standing near him. They are asking him one by one and making ideas. They are anticipating why Antonio is so sad. They are giving their ideas, giving their opinions about his sadness, and Antonio is listening to them. Here in whole drama, Antonio is in melancholic mood, for which he has no reason to tell. Perhaps it is the result of his spiritual loneliness and lack of emotional fulfillment, for he has neither loved nor married. This makes him passive and weak. His extreme and genuine love for his dear friend Bassanio was his dearest friend, though he had so many friends. But Bassanio was the dearest friend of Antonio. Makes him sign the fatal bond. He takes risk of his life, of his own life, for the sake of Bassanio. Here, come to the point, come to the stanza here. But Salerno speech. But I should think of shallows and of flats, and see my wealthy Andrew docked in sand. He says that the sight of the sand running out from the hourglass makes me think of dangerous shallow waters and sandbanks. He says, if my business would be at risk, I would also think as you are thinking, Antonio. These make me imagine that my loaded ship is grounded in sand. Her mast dipped down, wailing her high top lower than her ribs to kiss her burial. Her mast dipped down lower than her sides as if trying to kiss the sands that surrounds her. Should I go to church? He says, Salarino says that if he would go to the church, should I go to church and see the holy edifice of stone and not bethink me straight of dangerous rocks, which touching but my gentle vessel's side, would scatter all her spices on the stream, and robe the roaring waters with my silks, and, in a word, but even now worth this, and now worth nothing. He says that if I go to church to see the holy building of stone, it makes me think of dangerous rocks. These, I imagine, could hit against the sides of my ship and scatter her cargo of spices on the waters, and floating rich silks would clothe the roaring waves. In a minute, he says, in short, it makes me think that at one moment I have so much, and the next moment I have nothing. All things, all merchandise, all cargoes would be drowned, would be scattered in no time. Shall I have the thought to think this, that, and shall I lack the thought that such a thing bechanced would make me sad? Be tell not, but tell not me. I know Antonio is sad to think upon his merchandise. He says, if I can imagine all this could happen, I can also imagine the grief which to the occurrence of such a disaster would cause me. I know that Antonio is sad because he is thinking of his rich cargo. He says that I know that Antonio is sad. Both are talking here, Salarino and Salario. He says, I know that Antonio is sad because he is thinking of his rich cargo. Now Antonio says here, Antonio's speech, believe me, no. I thank my fortune for it. My ventures are not in one bottom trusted, not one place, nor is my whole estate upon the fortune of this present year. Therefore, my merchandise makes me not sad. Now, Antonio gives his ideas, give the answer to both, means Salarino and Salario. He says that believe me, my friends, it is not true. Whatever you thought, whatever you anticipated, that is not right. Believe me, it is not true. I thank my good fortune because my business is not dependent on one ship. I have not only one ship, I have so many ships, nor on any single location. My ships are sailing in different locations, not in any single location. Nor does my financial position depend on the commercial enterprises of the current year. Nor does my financial position, my financial position not depend on this current year. Therefore, it is not my loaded ship that make me sad. Your ideas, your anticipations are wrong. It is not my loaded ships that make me sad. There are the other reasons. Actually, Antonio doesn't know himself that why he is so sad. Sereno says, then why then you must be, why then you are in love? Sereno says, then if these are not the reasons that they have made you sad, the other reason may be you may be in love. Antonio says 5-5. What nonsense! This is also not true. Sereno says, then not in love neither. Then let us say you are sad because you are not merry, and that were as easy for you to laugh and leap and say you are merry because you are not sad. Why? What? Not in love either? You are not in love. Okay. Then we may say that you are sad. You are sad because you are not happy. You are not happy, so you are sad. This is the reason. This is the reason that you are not happy, so you are sad. It would be easy for you to laugh. It would be easy for you to laugh and jump about and say that you are happy because you are not sad. You must be happy. You must be happy. You must laugh and jump about and say that you are happy because you are not sad. Now, by Janus, the two-headed Roman god, I say that nature, here he says, now by two-headed Janus, nature hath framed strange fellows in her time, some that will ever more peep through their eyes and laugh like parrots at a bagpiper, and other of such vinegar aspect that they will not show their teeth in way of smile, though Nestor swear the jest be laughable. He says, now by Janus, the two-headed Roman god, I say that nature has created some strange man. There are the nature has created different types of men. Some of them look out through their eyes half closed with laughter. Some laugh too much and laugh foolishly like parrots if they hear the sound of a bagpipe. When they hear the bagpipe, foolishly they laugh. There are other men with such gloomy faces, gloomy, sad faces, that they will not smile. They are so serious, gloomy faces, gleamed, that they will not smile at anything, even if the grave Nestor swears, saying that the joke is most amusing. Grave, serious, gloomy, grave Nestor swears, saying that the joke is most amusing. Here you see the meaning written at the right hand side of your book, right hand side of the page rather. See the meaning. Nestor, an old and wise Greek general who fought in the Trojan War, a joke had to be extremely funny if Nestor laughed at it. Because he was very serious, he never laughed. But if he laughed, it means the joke was really very amusing. So there are other men with such gloomy faces, serious faces, that they will not smile at anything. Even if the serious or grave Nestor swears, saying that the joke is most amusing. Sereno says, here comes Bassanio, your most noble kinsman, Gratiano and Lorenzo. Fare ye well. We leave you now with better company. Now Sereno says, here comes your noble relative. as both were anticipating, both were making ideas about the sadness of Antonio. Immediately they saw that Bassanio with Graciano both are the friends of Antonio. Bassanio is the dearest one. Here comes your noble relative. It was said that Bassanio was a distant relative of Antonio. Here comes your noble relative Bassanio with Graciano and Lorenzo. Both are the friend of Antonio. Now, goodbye Antonio, we shall now leave you in a better company. We shall now leave you in a better company. Better than, they say better than us. Salerno says, I would have stayed till I had made you merry if worthier friends had not prevented me. Salerno says, I would have stayed here till I could make you happy. As I wanted to make you happy, just I wanted to remove all your sadness. I would stay here till I could make you happy if the arrival of your worthy friends had not prevented me from doing so. Your friends have come, your dear friends, Bassanio, Graciano and Lorenzo have come. So now we are going, and by leaving you in best company. Antonio says, your worth is very dear in my regard. I take it. Your own business calls on you, and you embrace the occasion to depart. Antonio says, no, only you are pretending. I have great regard for you. They are my best friend, but I have very soft corner for you as well. I have great regard for you. I esteem you. I have great regard for you. I think that it is your business which takes you away from us. There would be any work that you are going to do. That is why you make use of this opportunity to leave. You wanted to leave me, but you have got the chance to leave me as these friends have come. So you got the chance to leave me. Okay, you can go as you have some important business, some important work. Now Salerno and Salerno left, and in the scene Bassanio, Lorenzo and Graciano enters. Next time you will study from here. I will explain from here the speech of Salerno. Thank you so much.